almost hard to pinpoint exactly when we met because our lives have just been so intertwined for so many years. I mean, we grew up within a couple miles of each other. We went to the same church growing up and went to the same preschool. And then in high school is when we actually started dating and it was official. And then from there on out, we've been together ever since.
So we started our company 8 years ago, right after we got married, and we knew after having an incredible wedding ourselves that that was something that we wanted to capture for other people. And so we named the company 28 North Photography, which is named after the start of the coordinates of where we got married. So we got married at my parents' house in Winter Springs, Florida, and we knew that that was going to be a huge part of our story. So that's where 28 North comes from. Something that I think sets us apart is we really are managers of a wedding day. At this point, we've photographed over 300 weddings, so we know how to make a day fun, efficient, while also getting incredible photos.
Yeah, and I would also say we're students of our craft, right? So I think something that kind of sets us apart from other maybe photographers in our industry is that we're always learning. We're always watching YouTube videos on how to take better photos or get better at posing or make our lighting at receptions better. So that's something that's really key for us.
So we shoot on a mix of digital and film. Film's something that we have a lot of fun with because we feel like it really provides a nostalgic and authentic feel for our couples. It's super fun to wait a couple weeks and then get the photos back, and they provide just a really different feel than digital can provide. So my grandfather was actually a wedding photographer about 30 or 40 years ago, and during part of his career, this is the camera that he would photograph weddings on. So we really enjoy using that at our couples' weddings as well. We just love using different mediums and getting photos and really capturing the day in a new and different kind of way. Right?
I'd say besides the obvious of capturing literally the best day of people's lives, this is just something I love about our job. Middle of the day, we just get to go for a walk. I mean, every morning you're playing pickleball, I'm going to CrossFit. I love it. I just think it doesn't get any better than this.
I'd say my best advice for couples who are planning their wedding is to really make it all about you, in the sense that do something that's unique to you.
Yeah.
Spend the money where it's important to you. For example, if you don't really care about flowers, then don't spend a ton of money on flowers.
Yeah, and I would say too, like, we will worry about the timeline for you, like on the actual wedding day. Like, you know, spend all the time planning and all of that. But once the day comes, like, just let go. Like, trust your vendors, trust your team. Like, we have your back. We have your best interests at heart. And so really just focus on enjoying the day, taking in the moments. Because we're going to capture the big moments, but we're also always looking around to capture the small moments too that are like happening over there with your little niece or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. I remember our wedding, we barely knew what time it was.
Yeah, all day.
Hearing back more so, we're told that it was like so behind, but our photographers, our planner,
they had us covered and like everything was perfect in our eyes, which is I think how it should be. Like at the end of the day, even if all of the vendors think it was a disaster, as long as bride and groom had the best day of their life, like that's what matters.
That's really it. Yeah.
Every wedding is unique to each couple, right? So I think there isn't really even a way for us to just have this like one size fits all for every couple.
Yeah.
So I think we are really good at reading people. And so we walk into a room and we learn the bride and groom, what makes them tick, are they introverted, extroverted, and then I think we're able to cater to their specific needs based on what we learn about them just as humans. And so I think, you know, we're trying to serve each of our couples in a way that's unique while still capturing all of the big moments. We're gonna get the kiss, we're gonna capture your first dance, we're gonna have your ceremony, all of that, but the little unique moments that happen in between and the little things that are really specific to each couple is how we tailor each wedding and each, you know, full album that we deliver to our couples.
I would definitely say some words that define our brand are timeless, authentic, We're pretty classic. We're not always trying to do like the latest trends, but we definitely want to get photos that people are going to like and love for generations to come. We're not just thinking about if the bride and groom are going to love these photos, but we're thinking about if their kids' kids are going to love them too. I remember growing up, I saw my grandparents' wedding album, and I thought that was the coolest thing. Their wedding was so long ago. They're actually both passed away now, but we still have their wedding photos. And I love that they had someone capture their day, because now we can enjoy that and almost as if we're right there with them.
Yeah. Wow, that was a good delivery. Impressive.
So something that about 90% of our couples say is that they feel awkward in front of the camera. So something that Sammy and I have really prided ourselves in learning is how to make people feel comfortable. So we like to make the photo process fun, efficient, and not to mention get incredible photos.
And so with that, I think a huge gift that we have to give others is being a couple ourselves. So a lot of times helping other people feel comfortable looks like us doing something to kind of show them an example of like, here's what we're thinking you could do, you know, put your hands like this. Or so I think when we join in and kind of do things in front of a couple, it helps them to feel comfortable doing it themselves too.